All right. There we go. My chat moved over. Oh, this is a good song. I want to restart this and turn it up a little bit. We'll start from here. Hello. Wait, Discord, what did I miss? Wait. What's going on, everyone? What the heck? Hello. I'm trying to figure out what I missed. All right. Oh, I see what I missed. Okay, B. Oh my God. That's funny. Hey, it's Friday junior night. You can do what you want. All right. All right. What's going on? Morgan. Malicious. Marissa. Deanne. Sports Energy. What's going on? Joshua. Brandon. What's poppin'? Meteorology kid. Meteorologist kid. Raymond. What's cracking? Are we currently getting another storm in Jersey? I don't expect it to be much for Jersey. We'll go over that in a second. I'm letting some people hop in here and we're going to get started. We'll go over all of it. I don't expect it to be much for Jersey. Here's what the National Blend expects. Experimental. National Blend. This will go live very soon. 2 months. Permanently. This is what it expects in Jersey. Not much. So, but we'll talk about the possibilities. There's a possibility Jersey gets 6+ inches. I just don't think it's high possibility or high probability. But Hammond Disney, is it going to storm tomorrow? Oh, our severe weather dropped off. I've been watching this all night. Maybe we'll take a look at that. All right, we had 2 severe thunderstorms. Why we still have one? What is going on here? Why is there a severe thunderstorm warning here? Oh, there is a storm up there. Okay, can barely see it. All right, it's not looking too crazy. High heights, maybe a little hail. Maybe a little hail with that one. Let's get back over here. We'll get started in a second, guys. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at our, oops, there we go. Future radar. Some storms into Florida tomorrow. Looks like it. Looks like it. Looks like it. We should actually probably push into the HRRR for this one. For this bad boy. Let's take a look. The HRRR wants it to completely miss Florida. I don't buy that, though. Let's take a look at the Rufus. Yeah, get into tomorrow. Finally going to get some precipitation across much of Florida, which is very good, and into Saturday morning. Because we're in a drought and we got some fires down there. So that is good. You'll love to see it. The latest GFS, I told you guys these snowstorms were going to be dumb. Latest GFS does bring this next snowstorm through portions of central to southern Michigan, northern Indiana. Don't worry. I know this one is Indiana and this one is Illinois. For some reason, I don't typically mess up any states, but if I do mess up states, it's always me flopping Indiana and Illinois, even though I've been to both states many times, have family that live in Illinois. I'm very familiar with which state is which state. Very familiar. But, yeah, for some reason I always flip them. Anyways, Northern Indiana, Ohio, out towards Pennsylvania. This just isn't going to be big snow. Still watching this, and I've told you guys this, late Sunday into Monday, still watching this. If we're going to get a big snow out here, it's going to be this one. I still don't think this is much either. Maybe something here. But clearly, our train of aggressive, heavy snowstorms is looking more like a Thomas the Choo-Choo toy train. Not going to really be doing too much. Although, again, there is the possibility. This is ice, wintry mix, sleet. It could cause some issues. So could this one. I mean, we could get a nice storm out of this one. So not saying we're not going to see some effects from some yucky winter storms here moving forward from Sunday to Wednesday out here. But I don't think they're going to be as significant as anyone thought. Anyways, that's what's going on there. Okay, so let's do this. People are already asking questions. Welcome to the stream. I have to get on a plane to Boston to see my best friend and my sister in like 9 hours, and I haven't packed, and I've been working all day, so I probably shouldn't be streaming right now. But I've been not posting as much and I posted the last couple days, not streaming as much, so I told myself I'd get on and stream. So here we are. I'm going to go over everything you can expect in the next 7 to 10 days, everything you can expect outlook-wise for March, severe weather expectations, snow expectations, temperature expectations, and I'm going to do it all in the next 5 minutes, and then we're going to go straight into a speed round, and I'm going to answer as many questions as I can as quickly as I can. All right, so let's roll the intro. Ow. Take it to the bank, cash it. I'm always right. I've never been wrong about anything in my entire life. Everything I've ever said has come true.
We look a lot at the moon.
There it is. They look at the moon for our winter forecast. Look at me. We've had 4 or 5 wiener wrist zones this week. They're coming back for spring. We'll do it live. We'll talk about New Jersey in a second. We'll do it live. Daddy needs some coffee. I can't promise you, Alice.
Bob donated $1,000 and says,
oh, thanks, Bob.
You are the best weatherman, and you're very tall, smart, and handsome.
Wait, why isn't it letting me, oh, shoot. Gotta switch accounts. Okay, hold up. Hold up. Let me pin that bad boy. All right. Okay, here we go. Ready? We're gonna do I'm gonna see if I can get through everything in 5 minutes here. Okay? B, yes to everything you just said. I'll respond to that a little bit. $5 super chat from Emmanuel. I think you need to add Twisty Boys back to the intro. Twisty Boys. All right, we just need to get a good clip when we're covering a Twisty Boy. All right, let me put on a timer just so I can prove to myself that we can do this. There's a lot to talk about. 5 minutes, and then it's speed round time. I'm going to answer all your questions you have. Ready? 5 minutes. Starting right now. All right, Climate Prediction Center, 6 to 10 day forecast, 8 to 14 day forecast, 3 to 4 week forecast. What do they all have in common? It's extremely hot. Everyone thinks winter's over. Hooray, fun in the sun. We're going to be 75 degrees out in the mid-Atlantic next week. It's going to be fantastic. Nope. Hold your horses, not so fast. We have the second major sudden stratospheric warming event, second major SSWE happening in the same year, in this year. That's maybe you get 2 major SSWEs once every 5 years. It is significant, and it's not going to happen. It is already occurring. So end of March into April could feel like February, meaning we could get even snow. Who knows? Very far south, potentially. And that's something that we need to talk about. So let's go back over here, and let's not run that intro again. And what do I want to get into? We need to talk about that. Here's our sudden stratospheric warming event. We're talking about 5 to 6 days out. This is what it's going to look like. This should be blue. It's the opposite of blue. It's like pinkish red. I don't know what the opposite of blue is. But high heights, very disrupted stratospheric polar vortex. It's already disrupted. Look at the winds. Here we go. Got you in a second. Look at the winds. The stratospheric polar vortex winds have basically completely stopped. They're going to reverse. They're not going to pick up for quite a while. You can expect 2 to 3 weeks from now for that, the coldest air on the planet above the North Pole in the stratosphere to sink down into the mid-latitudes. It's inevitable. It's inevitable. It's going to happen. How does it happen? What's the angle it takes? Is it in the west? Is it in the plains? Is it in the east? Right now, because of this, actually, let's just show you really quickly. Right now, because of this, let's go to our Euro weeklies, upper air, 500 millibar height anomaly, North America. Okay, this, let's push out into March. This right here, because I think this cold air is coming around March 20th-ish, give or take a few days. This is the direction of our jet stream here. Okay, I think this is going to favor the plains and out east. All right. I mean, but who knows? Also, you can see some potential energy down here. There's space for the subtropical jet to push on. So Ohio Valley, this region out here, I think watch out as we get into, we could have a blockbuster snowstorm late into March. Okay, really quickly. Moving forwards, but yes, it's going to be very hot in the short term. Moving forward, we have a lot of severe weather potential. Let's push back down to the United States. Okay, a lot of severe weather potential. Let's get over here to the 12Z of the Euro. Yeah, we get a little snowstorm moving through here. Yeah, we get a little snow here and there. Yeah, you could get some nice snow maybe in Chicago, northern Indiana, southern Michigan, or central to northern Ohio, maybe a little in PA, and then maybe get a little bit more up in the northeast. No one's going to have, I don't think anyone's going to get over 8 inches of snow. Maybe someone sees 6, 7 inches of snow. But I don't think anything's, if you're super lucky, I don't think any of these are that significant. Maybe you have to watch out for some ice. But this is what we are watching. Wait, why is the 12Z Euro not loaded? Oh, there you go. This is what we are watching. That moves out, and we get ridiculous amounts of moisture, humidity, heat starting to pummel the Ohio Valley, Southern Plains, Central Plains. And we still got some Arctic air, some polar air trying to sink in from Canada. We're going to get a lot of opposite air boundaries clashing here. And I don't know. I'm not saying we're going to get a moderate, but maybe I'm 40, 60, 40% we won't. 60% we won't, 40% we will get a moderate risk sometime, I think in the second week of March. We could have multiple days of severe. We could have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We could have a lot of severe weather. GFS saw it forever. The Euro didn't. Now the Euro sees it. The beginning of March is going to be scorching hot. It's going to be, I mean, except for like the first 5 to 6 days out in the Northeast, you're going to stay cold. As we get to the second week of March, though, for everyone else, it's going to be scorching hot the first couple of weeks of March. For the Northeast, it's going to get really hot the second week of March. Severe weather, get ready. It's coming. Twisty boys are on their way. We have Enso neutral conditions in the Nino 3.4 region of the Pacific right now. So we are not in an Enso neutral because we need to be in those conditions for 3 months to be classified as an Enso neutral, but we do have Enso neutral conditions. So the jet stream is going to start acting like an Enso neutral jet stream. Going to happen. Now, the latest GFS. I don't really care about looking out this far, but I do find it interesting that we see a mega collapse of our polar jet just because I think it's going to be the tale of the first half of March, the second half of March. First half of March, severe weather, heat. Second half of March, probably more towards the fourth week of March. Collapse of, I don't buy it this time, but the collapse cold air again, something significant winter-wise I think is going to happen at the end of March, maybe even into early April. You guys remember, and someone brought it up the other day, they said, remember how cold it was in May in Philly last year? And I didn't remember, and then I asked my wife, I said, someone in chat said, how cold? It was really cold last year in May. And I was like, she was like, yeah, it was. And I was like, oh yeah, that's true, because we did have a late sun stratospheric warming event. This is going to extend winter. Everyone's going to be fooled. Everyone's going to think winter's over. It's not going to be over. Okay. It's not going to be over. Big highlights, heat wave, severe weather, and more winter weather at the end of March and beginning of April. All right. Now we have to go into a speed round. Think about your questions. I'm going to answer your questions as quick as I can, but if you have a question, get ready to ask it. Speed round.
Speed round initiating.
Is Texas going to get any cold? I think the cold air is actually going to favor the east. Let me put 10 minutes on. I think the cold air is actually going to favor a little bit farther east in Texas, but we are in a significant sudden stratospheric warming event. So could it technically affect Texas? Could we get a big chill below freezing air at the end of March and early April? That late into Texas? 100% we could. So when does this polar vortex stop? Well, that's the issue. It is stopped. When the polar vortex stops, that's when it's a major disruption, sudden stratospheric warming event. It is stopped. We're waiting for the lag effect from the cold air now, but it's going to remain stalled for a little bit. What is the colors on top? Right now, this is just here. I'll show you. Some people are going to be interested in this. We'll go to the national blend, and I'll show you the winter weather looking out here. There you go. there's where you could get some snowfall in the next, we'll call it 7 days, 7 to 10 days. How long are we going to be in the 40s in New York City? You guys are going to stay cold for a little bit. Let's quickly go into, we'll go in our European ensemble, surface temperature, anomalies. There you go. Here you go. Blast of cold air. Oh, look, a little warmth. Just kidding. Another blast of cold air. Oh, look, a little warmth. Just kidding. I think you get one more blast of cold air there. And maybe a little bit more. But look, the permanent heat looks to settle in as we get into March 5th. March 4th or March 5th. Probably March 5th. And from there on out, scorching. Scorching, scorching, scorching. Severe weather. Oven. On fire. Inferno. Diablo. Scorching. But late March, you're going to transition back, in my opinion. And you're going to get one more taste of winter. Could Connecticut see 60s, 70s in early mid-March? Yes. Yes, James. So at the end of the month, could 1886 repeat itself? What? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. What do you think for Southwest Ohio for Sunday night? Southwest Ohio. Is the GFS wrong? I would assume it is. Just always go off by the GFS is wrong. But I know the GFS just did so good on the last storm. I'm the one who always says don't throw the GFS out. Yeah, I think the GFS is overdoing this. I've been saying it forever. I've been saying it for like my last 5 streams. I do think the GFS is overdoing it. Here's the Euro on this. And I think the Euro is much better. I think you should expect ice, and if you get snow, be happy in southeast or southwestern or southern Ohio in general. You should expect ice and sleet. If you get snow, you got lucky, and you should be happy. West Tennessee, severe weather-wise. Buckle up. I think it's going to be active. Chicago, severe weather. I think most of the severe weather is going to stay to your south and east, but you could get some severe weather up there. We have some interesting looking. We have an interesting looking weather pattern here that could put some severe weather farther up into the Midwest there. Let me look at this. That's maybe a severe weather day for Chicago, and look at that. Jeez, that's a severe weather day for Chicago too. So maybe. Cool. Minneapolis. You know what? I'm annoyed. We started the season off so good. We got 20 inches of snow. We had 20 inches of snow before like December 15th. And I was like, let's go, baby. And then we just hit a polar vortex that choked out any sort of snow because we were freezing for so long. Freaking, we didn't hit over 0 degrees at one point for like 10 days straight. But you see this? Here's what's good. Minneapolis. And this is a speed round. I got to go quick. This big heat dome that's going to suffocate the east. That's going to set up a pattern right here, right here. Oh, I forgot I had to answer the super chat. That's right. We'll talk about the dew points. Casey, I appreciate you. And I'll go back to the other super chat. That's going to set up a little bit of a baroclinic boundary here. And we're going to have probably 3 or 4 opportunities to get a blockbuster snowstorm through the, maybe 2 or 3 opportunities to get a blockbuster snowstorm through the upper Midwest. We need the storm track, though. We need the storm track to be right. But if you want a blockbuster mega blizzard through the upper Midwest, you want this. Ridging from the plains out east. Because then where do the storms track? They go like this, right? That's where they go. If the ridging's out here, right? If the ridging's out here, and then you've got blocking out here, the storms go like this. They favor here, not here. So, yes, upper Midwest has some serious opportunities ahead. Curious about dew points. Well, Casey, I really appreciate that super chat. You don't have to super chat again though. Let me know about. We'll go over dew points for this severe weather if you want. Yeah. We'll do that in a second. We'll 100% do that. Emmanuel with the $5 super chat. I think you need. Yeah, the Twisty Boys comment. And then Casey said Southern Indiana severe weather 100%. I'm not going to say 100% chance you're going to see severe weather, but 100% chance there's probably going to be 2 or 3 significant at a minimum, significant opportunities for severe weather in Southern Indiana. If you're into severe weather, congratulations. This is a great time for you. If you're not, it is what it is. Like I say, I report the weather. I don't make it. If I made it, it'd be way more interesting. Oklahoma, severe weather next week. It's possible. A lot of this looks like it wants to remain east of Oklahoma, but not all of it. This is a severe weather opportunity right here. Next Tuesday night and Wednesday morning. There's another one right there. Next Thursday night into Friday morning. There's another one right there. Next Friday night into Saturday morning. I mean, there's another one right there. I mean, 5, 6, you got like 8 severe weather opportunities on the Euro. Are they all going to happen? No. We don't know what's going to happen. Local precipitation, local instability wise. that far out. But yeah, as soon as it's over, I got let me see. I want to answer that dew point question. I got 4 minutes left on the speed round. Let's see here. Has there been major snowstorms in April? Yes, we've actually had one or two. We've actually had a couple of major snowstorms that have gotten pretty far south in April too. You need a sudden stratospheric warming event in March to get a snowstorm in late February. Sorry, late February to March to get a snowstorm in late March into April. You need it. If you don't get any sort of sudden stratospheric warming event in February or early March, it's very difficult. You need that because the tropospheric polar air is starting to warm up. The stratospheric polar air is still freezing, well below freezing. As you get into late February and early March, it's still crazy cold. So the years we have exactly what's going on now. Exactly what's going on right now is what can promote a super late season snowstorm. But you get a super late season snowstorm, and the snow is probably melted in 5 days. You probably get it, but it's cool. It's like, and they can be very significant. They can be very significant because if you get the opportunity for snow late into March and early April, these waters are so warm, and they're way warmer than they should be for a snow opportunity. And warm water, obviously, the warmer your water, the more moisture you get. So you can have snowstorms of epic proportions in March. The Rockies, I think, actually have their highest snow totals in March. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. And some of the biggest nor'easters ever have been in March as well. How much snow for Boston? You're spamming, so we're going to mute you for 5 minutes. All right. Oklahoma. Yeah. Let's see. I meant, could history repeat itself? Wait, I honestly, I can't remember what happened that year. Oh, wait, we were talking in Discord, weren't we? Was I talking to you, Discord? What do you think about the 6 for Oklahoma? Yeah, that looks very spicy on the future reflectivity. We're 190 plus hours out. Not really, actually. We're about 160 plus hours out. But yeah, it's significant. And again, in about 2 minutes, we're going to go over the dew points and we're going to go over the severity here. I'm going to keep answering questions and we're going to go over that because I do want to answer Casey. Was it Cassie? Casey? Casey on that question. Yeah. You said a super chat. Yeah. I'm going to go over that in 2 minutes. We're gonna go over the dew points and what could happen over the Central Plains. Specifically because you asked, because I actually, I always look at K index and instability at this range, but dew points is extremely important to look at as well. Because if we're pushing dew points in the 60s and 70s this early, or still in winter, not even, it's meteorological spring, but, what do they call it? Astronomical winter. That's pretty interesting. The 1886 was the worst storm until the storm of 1993 and then 2016. I guess, yeah, the blizzard of 1886 wasn't, though, records are weird before like 1920. They were very inaccurate. But yeah, there was a major storm back then. You're saying could history repeat itself? Yeah, maybe. The 6s. We already had that though. New York City rain and snow chances for the next 10 days. New York City rain and snow chances for the next 10 days. Let's take a look. Here's your opportunity right here. Now, the GFS sees this being a lot more aggressive as we get into Monday afternoon, Monday night. I don't think it's going to be much. Maybe flurries, maybe max you get an inch. GFS is also more aggressive here, wants to put more snow down into New York City. I think New York City can maybe get 3 inches if you're lucky in the short term or through next Tuesday. But yeah, there's a lot of rain on the way for you next week. A lot of rain on the way for New York City and a lot of heat. Possible to get a little bit more snow, though. Maybe even a little bit of ice in the short term. St. Louis snow. You're very unlikely to see any in the short term. Now, there's going to be a chance here Monday morning. I don't think this puts any snow down into St. Louis. And I know the GFS probably says differently because the GFS likes to give snow to everyone. But the GFS wants to put a lot of snow down there. I'm not sold on that. Could you get a little snow? Maybe. I'm not sold on that. I think St. Louis is going to have to wait until like the 3rd week of March if you're going to have another opportunity. All right. Really quickly. Casey, let's look at the dew points here. Let's do this. Let's see if I can. Let's see if I can do. You know what? I think I'm going to have to go to Pivotal Weather because Pivotal Weather shows that on the euro. I don't know if this is one of the things. I'm not sure if whether no. Okay, it does. It does. Okay, good. All right, 2 points. Let's first look at the 18Z. My music's probably a little loud. I'm gonna turn it down a bit. All right, 2 points. We're starting to see them climb up here. Let's actually push in so we can actually see what they are. Okay, there we go. Ooh, it's getting spicy. Let's go to the 12Z euro, and then we'll look at the GFS. The new GFS is loading. Look at that. We're getting almost into the 60s on dew points, almost to Chicago, just south of Chicago. 70s and dew points down into portions of Texas and Louisiana. Look at this. Look at this. 60 to 70 dew points. 60 to 70 dew points. Look at that. This has severe written all over it for this time of year. And by the way, look just out to the west of it, because that's just as important. Look at the dry conditions here. I said I don't think we're going to get any sort of a dry line, but the euro is promoting a significant dry line about 180 hours out. No, this is like 170 hours out because time has passed. Right through there. Holy crap. 60 dew point 9 right here. This is next Thursday into Friday. Look at that. Look at this. 60s, 30s, and 20s. Look at this. Look at this here. Coconut size hail? Maybe. Maybe. Yeah, this is pretty significant stuff. I'm surprised by how sharp some of these dry lines are on the euro. Now, this is pretty far out, but I'm pretty surprised. Pretty surprised. Let's see how the new GFS is loading in. All right. Let's go back out. United States. All right, we'll let that a little bit longer. But we can look at the 18Z, the GFS. That's fine. What will Austin look like next week? Hot, wet. It actually looks pretty dry for Austin. I think some moisture is going to get a little bit farther south. So I think you guys will receive at least 1 to 2 inches of rain next week, and you're probably going to you could receive a lot more, and you're going to be well above average temperature. It really looks like it could pop off in Texas getting into the week after, getting into the second week of March. Severe weather in Houston? 100%. I mean, you can see how these things are tailing. You know, you get a setup like this, and we're severe, from Indiana, Illinois, all the way down to southern Texas. How much snow for Boston over the next 5 days? I don't know, 6 inches on the high end, 3 inches on the low end. I'm not bullish on the snow for Boston. I'm just not. Maybe 8 inches on the high end, 3 inches on the low end. I don't think it's gonna be crazy. Okay, love, I appreciate you. B, Thomas, Heather, Mark. Does Cape? Yeah, we can look at some Cape, Casey. It does in fact. Let's see. Let's look at some of our Cape numbers. Let us take a look. We'll look at the euro first. I actually like GFS more for severe weather, but we'll look at this. And this is our most unstable parcel, though. But still something good to look at. I like surface Cape. I like looking at surface Cape more. All right. Spicy, getting up towards 1,500 joules per kilogram as we get into Tuesday morning. Getting up towards 2,000 joules per kilogram, central to southern Texas, as we get into Wednesday morning. And then, boom! Look at that. Now we're pushing over 1,000 joules per kilogram of Cape all the way up through Kansas. Remember, though, you don't need that much Cape if you have high shear. These are going to be some high shear days. Look at that. Pushing 2,500 joules per kilogram of Cape as we get into Friday, Saturday. And then look at the Cape through the Ohio Valley here. Almost 1,000 joules per kilogram here. And this would probably be a high shear day. Saturday. We're going to have to, I can look out further east. And oh my gosh. Almost 4,000 joules per kilogram. Okay, look at this. Yeah, this is that dry line that we were looking at. Incredible. Now we're pushing 2,500 joules per kilogram of Cape up through Missouri at the end of the run. But that's the end of the run. Yeah, lots of instability. Plenty of instability for severe weather. More than enough instability for some significant severe weather. We're getting 1,000 joules per kilogram of Cape through central Ohio. Early March, yeah, that's good. You get 1,000 joules per kilogram through New Jersey. Yeah, a little bit of twisty boy action through New Jersey. I mean, look at this. This shear would probably be out here though, but still, lots of significant Cape. I'm gonna pull up the GFS. Can I look at the GFS ensemble members for snow? Sure, I'll do that. 1 second. Good evening, Lauren. All right, let's see. All right, here's our surface Cape. We'll go back to the 18Z. Yeah, the GFS is cranking. GFS is cranking too. Lots of over 1,000, 1,500 to 2,000. I think the Euro's even more aggressive though, if I'm being honest. Although the Euro was most unstable parcel though. This is surface Cape. So this is very good. This is very good. This is a lot of Cape, a lot of surface Cape. And then, yeah, someone wanted to look at... You wanted to look at the GFS ensembles? I wouldn't look at the GFS ensembles, but I'll do it for you. All right, let's do it. Panels, winter. Let's go back to the 18Z. All members. How far do we want to look out? We can look at about a week. What do we see? Oh, I need to pull out. Sorry. There we go. Yeah, we'll look at the east. We'll look at the east because that's where. Yeah. We can look. We can look at the Rockies too. All right. Let's break this down. Not much snow over the next week. A little bit. This one actually puts good snow into southern Iowa and northern Missouri. This puts good snow into portions of the mid-Atlantic. Not much. This is a blockbuster, ridiculous snowstorm that's never going to happen in a million years for the entire Midwest and mid-Atlantic. But there you go. Not much, but good snow for northern Missouri. This is never going to happen. But if it did, this would be a ton of snow for Chicago, Detroit, probably Pittsburgh, New York City, Boston. Everyone gets snow. And we're talking 4 to 5, 46 here, 45, 46 here. Nothing really for the east. A little bit for northern Missouri. Northern Missouri looks to be the favorite on every single run of the GFS. Well, the majority of them. Any other ones that really stick out here doing anything crazy? This one's pretty crazy down here. Heavy snow for Northern Virginia. Same thing here. Northern Virginia looks pretty good on some of these as well. Can you not have me in the dark red? Wait, from what? Oh, were we talking severe weather? Give me panel 27. Yeah, panel 27. Listen, if panel 27 happened, I'd have to apologize to everyone because I've been telling everyone that these models and everyone online's over-exaggerating this snow. And if this were to happen, I would have to say I was wrong. And I don't want to say I was wrong. So I'm going to really hope this doesn't happen. And luckily for me, I don't think it's going to. You're hearing conflicting things. What is Pittsburgh looking like Sunday for Monday? I bet you are hearing conflicting things. I bet you are. Let's take a look. Let's take an honest look at the East. Let's go to our national blend. Let's take an honest look at the East. Let's go to the Northeast. Pittsburgh. Winter. Let's take a look at a couple things here. National blend. A blend of all the models together over the next basically week. How much does the blend of every single model, hundreds of models together, think you're going to get? Maybe 2 inches, 2.5, 2 to 3 inches. What's our best, our model that has performed best this year, better than any other model? Well, not by a lot, but by a little. What does that model think you're going to get snow-wise? It's being a little bit more generous to you. Giving you closer to 4 inches out there in Pittsburgh. So, okay, let's give you 2 to 4. Let's say 2 to 4 over the next week. That's probably going to be with our snowstorm, what, Monday, I'm assuming? Let's take a look. That's probably, where is it? Here we go. Yeah, but the Euro sees nothing. It's because, let's see. Yeah, 12's a Euro. Here we go. Yeah, I'm surprised the Euro AI is showing you that because the Euro isn't seeing much. The GFS is seeing something for you guys, though. Big snow for Pittsburgh potentially there. But again, I 2 to 4 inches, I would say expect it. I wouldn't expect anything crazy. Are you in the National Weather Service range yet? National Weather Service for this first storm doesn't think much for you guys. It's putting that snow to your north. I personally would say expect 2 inches. And if you get more, if you like snow, if you get more, good job. But I personally say expect around 2 inches. New York City area, don't expect much snow. National blend, let's take a look at what the combination of all the models think here as we move through next week. Trying to give you around 2 inches as well out there, a little bit less, maybe 1.5 inches for New York City. I think that's fair. High end, I would say you get 6 inches. Low end, you get a trace of snow over the next week. Again, I would say around 2 inches is fair, maybe 1 inch. Ice for the Carolinas. Our weather apps are whack. I don't see much ice in the forecast for the Carolinas. I do not see much ice in the forecast for the Carolinas. Let's take a look at the East. Yeah, we actually take a look at that on our national blend as well. But I don't think it's going to show any. Let's see. Maybe I'm wrong. National blend shows 0.01 1/100th of an inch of ice, 1/300th of an inch of ice. I wouldn't worry at all. Wouldn't worry. What's the top panel for? What panel? Which one? With what we were just looking at? Oh, sorry. I forgot you guys can see that on TikTok. That's the 3 to 4 week temperature outlook. Here's what you can look at. We have severe weather in the south. That's the only significant weather happening right now. A little bit of snow in northern Michigan. But this severe weather in the south is the only significant thing that's going on right now. Yeah. I would say, let me actually see if this is pointing towards it yet. I would say I want to show you guys what the rainfall could look like in our 1 to 7 day. This right here, getting into March. There's a lot of droughts out here, so this would be good. This would be good. You know who also needs this rainfall is Florida, so this would be good as well. But southern Florida really needs it. Yeah, I'll keep this right there because we have had some severe weather down here today, so we'll see if we get any more. Just kidding. All right. What does Lehigh Valley look like for this storm coming in? High end 6 inches, low end 1 inch. Expected 1 to 2. Listen, there's a chance that these two snowstorms, this Sunday to Monday and this Wednesday snowstorm, give everyone a lot more snow than what I'm saying. But I've been telling you for 3 days, everyone online's overhyping these storms. I'm more concerned about the ice. and the wintry mix and the mess from that. New Jersey's a moderate drought. I've got the drought. Let's go to my Discord real quick. Here's my Discord. If you want to join, there's a link in the description of all my YouTube videos, or you can just add Connor's Climate Corner. Every single day, snowfall updates, winter storm updates, temperature updates, rainfall updates, severe weather updates, NWS alert updates, wildfire updates, earthquake updates. Oh, look at that, drought updates. Here's our latest drought monitor. There's our latest drought monitor. Posted this morning by yours truly, because I somehow find an hour every morning to post, even though it usually makes me late for work. Pretty significant through here. Very significant through here. Very significant through here. These are some of the worst droughts in the country. Some of the worst droughts in the country. This one could be resolved in a few weeks. I'll tell you that. This one could be resolved in a few, not resolved, but much better. Much better. I think these are going to continue to struggle a little bit. I think this is going to continue to struggle down in Florida. We could fill in here, though. You guys like my drawing? Thank you. Thank you very much. MJO forecast. Oh, by the way, are we trying to push into Enzo 8-2 for late March while we have a sudden stratospheric warming event? This could create legendary cold. That's interesting, but it's still not amplified, so it doesn't really matter that much. We all know what's going on with our Enzo. Enzo neutral conditions. All right. That's all the fun stuff. Appreciate the follows and subs, guys. I see you. To the latest GFS, finish loading. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Definitely not. Well, actually, let's. What time is it? No, definitely not. But here's where we're at. Ooh, trying to put down some sort of good snow here into southern New England. Let me transition here. Trying to put down some good snow into southern New England here. Trying to get into New York City. I still don't believe that, but and then behind it, just not doing much with that second storm. You can see it here. Not doing much. But we haven't loaded all the way through. It could put another one right here up through the Northeast, so it could. Connor, did you see the significant downtrend in the Atlas NIU EDU? I expected it. What? What downtrend? What downtrend? And you're never wrong, Joshua. True. True. Fox weather's overhyping too, but they go off the GFS. I hope they don't go off the GFS. Yeah, wait, Christian, what? You're saying the downtrend, but what are we talking? Severe weather, snow, temperatures? I'm guessing you're talking severe weather here. One second, guys. One second. Post it in the Discord. Are you in the Discord? Post it in the Discord. Alrighty. Begging for a few inches of snow in northeast Indiana Sunday night. I think you guys have a better chance of getting a few inches than a lot of people out east, but the latest GFS puts no snow down for you. I still think you guys have a decent opportunity. Let's take a look at that national blend again. NBM. Hello, Mesomat. Northeast Indiana. And National Blend tries to give you a couple inches. Hello, Mr. Mezzo Matthew. What's cracking? What is cracking? Is Southern Snow done? I told you guys, I think we could get a crazy late Southern snowstorm into the second half of March, late into March. I'm not talking Florida snow, Gulf Coast snow, but hey, maybe Tennessee and the Carolinas, maybe Northern Alabama, Northern Georgia, just because of a big Arctic break that we're going to have. So, you know, we have a major SSWE currently ongoing. The winds are completely collapsed. They're going to likely reverse. We're also pushing what looks to be back into a MJO phase 8 and 1. Although it doesn't look amplified, if that does amplify at all, it's going to be, like I said, it's going to feel like February and late March and early April. You can get something weird happening. Looks like we're going to have some energy off the southwestern coast of the U.S., off Baja, too. So an active subtropical jet maybe for that cold air. What's going on for central New Jersey? I don't know. I don't live there. Anything going on? Any concerts? Central New Jersey, you could pick up a few inches in the next 7 days. I wouldn't expect more than an inch. If you do, you're going to be disappointed. Snow or freezing rain for Kansas City this weekend? I don't know if you'll get either. I don't know. What are the temperatures here when this reflectivity is doing this? Because I'm not really buying this. What are our surface temperatures here? Let's see. I don't know if I'm buying that. That's the surface temperatures with this type of... I don't know. Maybe you get a dusting of snow and some mix, but I don't know. Maybe you get a wintry mix. Sleep. It's supposed to be like record 70s tomorrow, then bottom out. Talk about a whiplash. Yeah. Yeah, temperatures could get crazy warm out east after all this. You guys have had the coldest winter like in history. Top 3. But temperatures could get crazy warm. I know in the plains in Ohio Valley East, but or in the Ohio Valley as well, but I want to show you what's happening in the east here. Take a look at surface temperatures. Just to show you guys how warm it could end up being because we've been so cold. KJT, I appreciate you. Matt, where'd you go? Let's see. There you go. 72 degrees in Philly. Love it. There you go. Almost 70 degrees in New York City. Maybe 66 degrees in New York City. 76 degrees in Philly. Getting into the second week of March. Oh, what's that? Oh, what's that? Maybe 76 degrees in New York City. What's that? 72 degrees in New York City, 75 in Philly. Yeah, we're 84 degrees in Charlotte. I mean, again, but then look what happens here. It's going to fool. It's going to fool. Even though I'm telling you guys that this is how it's going to be, and then it's going to jump back into winter for a little bit. Even though I'm telling you guys, no one's going to listen to me. And everyone's going to pretend to be shocked when it happens. That's what I think. That's what I think. What's the plan for Northern Virginia, March 2nd to March 3rd? I don't know. Let's take a look. Yeah, some of the models put a ton of snow down into Northern Virginia. If I'm you, I'd expect a dusting to an inch with the wintry mix. Okay. Begging for a few inches of snow in northeast Indiana Sunday night. Oh, wait. ASMR. Wait, is that from before? Or has the YouTube chat just not been moving? Oh, it just hasn't been moving. Yeah, I was doing a little ASMR for you guys. Just a little ASMR for you. What do you think of the photos? Oh, in Discord? Where'd you put them? Weather Talk? Let's take a look at what Christian has to say. CFS. Why does this say CFS? Well, here's the first problem. What is this? It's that's kind of not believable. All right. This just looks like more high definition of the last thing. All right, so week 2. How many days apart was this? This is accumulated supercell composite parameter. Oh, they're both accumulated. Are they the same thing? This is CFS. Why isn't this anything? They don't look like they're the same chart. No? Christian, are they the same chart? Is this CFS as well? Listen, severe weather is going to happen. I was actually, interesting. I was actually looking at this on, let's take a look at our top 5 analogs. Let's take a look at it. Gentlemen and ladies. Ladies and gentlemen, really quickly. There's our top 5. There's our top 5 analogs. March 6th to March 9th. Looks similar, doesn't it? Dallas-Fort Worth could get smacked with severe weather, according to this. Little Rock. Tulsa. Yep. What else do we got in here? Memphis. Yep. St. Louis. Obviously, there's a lot more than that. I'm trying to name big cities here. Let's take a look at our... Here we go. This is March. This is our best analog, top 5 analog for March. Oh, wait, did I just do that one? Here you go. This is... Why are these both... Oh, this is March 9th to March 12th. Pushing east. Nashville gets involved. Pretty much all of Alabama and Mississippi and Louisiana. Kentucky. These are strong analog signals, guys. I don't know. That first one just looked less high definition and dumb. That's the only problem I have with it, Christian. It seems like it was just painted. I think it's just honing in on where it could actually be. In the models, I haven't seen any, like, if in the future reflectivity, 500 millibar, upper air, I haven't seen any sort of a decrease in confidence in severe weather, you know? I can't do myself. Couldn't make ASMR shorts. There's not many of us here, not yet. Or on YouTube. Do you think we will see extremely warm temperatures out east in the summer months like last year, or is it hard to say? Yeah, that's very hard to say. Very hard to say. It's much easier, even though it's still extremely hard, it's much easier to do winter outlooks than summer outlooks because the whole country pushes into like, half the country pushes into like a subtropical climate over summer, and you don't get these upper high latitude patterns that allow you to distinguish when we could have certain, you know, troughing and ridging setups and how that could affect you on a week to week and month to month basis. It's like a blanket hot or a blanket cold over summer, or blanket above average or blanket below average. I appreciate you, Christian. Yeah, what's going on? Yeah, it's hard to tell. I'm not sure for this summer, if I'm being honest. I'm just not sure. How's OKC looking into the end of next week? Well, you're going to be very close to some severe weather chances here. I haven't showed you guys this yet, but this is our best. This is our top 5 severe weather analog. March 3rd to March 6th. So March 3rd This is next Tuesday through next Friday. OKC, you were smack in the middle of that. Watch out for some severe weather next week, OKC. Reed is coming back to HQ to chase next week. Norman for him. Oklahoma. Let's go. That's a good spot to be. Like, I'm circling right now. Yep. Where do you find these analogs? I have this link posted in my Discord. You're in the Discord. Here, I'll show you. Here, I'll post it in Weather Talk in the Discord. You're in Discord, right, Kyle? You are. Yeah, I got you. I just posted it in Weather Talk. It should be posted down in Weather Links, though. I try to post everything there. Yes. Is it? Oh, did I not? Maybe I didn't post this one. Maybe I should. Oops. Oh, I have climate analogs. Weather analogs. Uh-huh. Try to give you guys all my links. Added a new one. All right. Anyways. I can't be on too much longer. I got to get on a flight in the morning. Anything towards Birmingham, there's definitely the chance for some severe weather as we push through the second week of March into Birmingham. 1,000,000%. Maybe earlier than that, if I'm being honest. Maybe the first week of March. There's some opportunities right here. Next week. Yeah, this is an opportunity for some severe weather there next week. Maybe next weekend. Thursday to Sunday. Driving to Vegas on the 28th from Ohio. Saturday. Any weather to be worried about? It's a long drive. Let's take a look. Let's hope that this stays looking like nothing, but it should. That should be good. Honestly, if you're leaving the 28th, you're going to miss a lot. I'm assuming you're going to be out through Kansas at least as you get into before the 1st, meaning your whole drive could be pretty nice. I think your whole drive could be pretty nice. You're going to just beat all the bad weather. All right, let's take a look at the latest GFS. Yeah. Here's the latest. We'll take a look at the latest snow from it. Absolute beast of a severe weather setup right here. Texarkana. Bullseye, Texarkana. Chance for some severe weather too up there, and look, maybe you see the darker greens. That's not really representation of severe weather, but heavy precipitation, better latent heat release, could get something up there. This looks significant though. Just on the future reflectivity, we could look at this on pivotal weather a little bit better, but that looks spicy. Next Wednesday. Back to Ohio on the 11th. Yeah, it's going to be too hard to tell what's really happening around then. I still expect it to be warm and pretty stormy across the east, though, around that time. Yeah, that's 2 miles in the thick of it. Bra and teeth weather? What does that even mean? Blood moon on March 3rd, if anyone didn't know. Thank you for that. Sports Energy. Weather Philly. If you guys get lucky, you could get a couple inches over the next 7 days. I don't expect you to get much. More sleet, wintry mix than anything. But it's possible you guys overperform and end up with like 4 inches. I just don't see it happening. It's possible. You're going to remain cool, though, for the next 5 or 6 days. And then you're going to heat up to like 75 degrees, 76 degrees. As we get into late in the first week of March into the second week of March, it's going to be warm, toasty up there. But your winter isn't going to be over. You'll have one more push of cold air returning, like I said. Sun stratospheric warming event going on. I appreciate you all. My video this morning explains a lot of the stuff I'm talking about in this video. Probably not going to be posting a video the next 2 days because I'll be out of town. But, well, what I'm going to do the next 2 days, because it's hard for me to update my Discord as well when I'm out of town. What I'll be doing is I'll actually be posting videos probably in the Discord channel of my thoughts on the updated models and stuff like that. So probably won't go on social media. They'll go on they'll go in the Discord channel. So everyone can stay updated. Everyone can stay updated. Go inside in Boston. Well, my sister goes to Harvard and she's working at some place. And when I land there, I'm going to go visit her to her work and she's going to take me through. She's going to take me on a little tour. She's going to take me on a little tour of the campus and stuff like that. Take me to get lunch and coffee. And then I'm going to go see my friend. Yeah, I think she's been there for a little bit now, a few years. I think she has some good ideas. Cause I don't know. I don't know Boston very well. All right. I appreciate all you. Mods, you're the best. I will see you all back on live probably Sunday. Like I said, I'll be posting updates. I'll be posting updates the next couple of days. I'll be out of town for 2 days. I mean, I get back Sunday. I'm gone. I'm only gone for one full day, which is Saturday. I leave Friday, come back Sunday morning. So not going to be gone very long. Appreciate all you. Night everyone. And TGIF.